Have you noticed that the week before your period that your acne is at its worst? If so, make sure to watch today's video to find out what exactly causes premenstrual breakouts. Hey lovely, I'm Carmen, founder of Luminosity Acne Skincare. I'm also a licensed esthetician that specializes in the successful treatment of acne. Before we get into today's video, I just want to quickly bring your attention down to the links below. I have a link where you can download a free copy of my list of pore clogging ingredients to avoid. This list is the only way to ensure that absolutely everything you use on your skin is truly non-comedogenic and acne safe, so make sure that you grab a free copy today. Okay, let's go ahead and get into today's video, which is all about premenstrual breakouts. So at my office, it's really important for us to always let our female clients know that typically the week before their period, and technically it can span up to 10 days beforehand, but usually we find that it happens sometime within a 7-day period before their period, they will notice that their acne severity tends to increase. Now this is completely normal to occur and it's hormonal, so there's not anything that you can do to 100% prevent premenstrual breakouts from occurring, but I do have some tips that you can do to help bring down the severity and just make these premenstrual breakouts a little bit more manageable. Now for the sake of this video, just so that I don't make it super long, today we're just going to talk about what exactly causes premenstrual breakouts, and then in my next video I'll get more in depth into the actual tips that I have to make it a lot less severe. So when it comes to premenstrual acne, you've already gathered that it's a hormonal thing. I think we all know that. But exactly which hormones are responsible for these breakouts? Well, testosterone would be a good likely culprit because when testosterone increases, so does oil production. And when oil production increases, that means that the dead skin cells in our pores get clogged up much easier, and you know the rest. Basically, clogged pores lead to breakouts. Now, testosterone does slightly increase during the 7 to 10 day window before your period comes on, so it definitely plays a role, but there is another hormonal suspect in the equation as well. That suspect would be progesterone. Now, progesterone doesn't have a direct effect on your oil production the way testosterone does, but it still affects oil production in an indirect way. So a surge in progesterone means that there's going to be less estrogen flowing in the bloodstream, and when there's less estrogen, that means that testosterone is going to shine a little bit more. So with estrogen's influence down and testosterone influence up, that means that the oil glands will now be stimulated to produce more oil. And as you already know, more oil just means more clogged pores. So progesterone alone doesn't increase oil production. However, it does have an indirect on it because when progesterone spikes during that 7 to 10 day window before your period arrives, that means that estrogen is going to be down, which means that testosterone influence is going to be up. Now, if you're one of my clients, then you already know that most pimples on average take 1 to 3 months until they fully form inside of the pore and then surface on top to where we start to notice them. Now, during this 1 to 3 month time frame, basically what's happening is that the pore is continuing to accumulate more oil, more dead skin cells, more bacteria, and then eventually that mass or impaction inside of the pore will turn into a pimple or a comedone. So the general time frame is 1 to 3 months for pimples. However, there's always exceptions, and there are pimples that can spring up much faster than this time frame allows, and that's usually if the pimples are provoked by things like certain foods or hormones, and in this case, hormones would be that relevant factor. In fact, because there is a sudden increase in oil production due to these premenstrual hormones, that can cause something known as perifollicular inflammation, which is essentially just inflammation of the pore. This inflammation results in a swelling of the pore, and this swelling prevents oxygen from being able to flow freely into the pore. Now, what this does is create an anaerobic environment, or an environment that lacks oxygen. And when the pore is lacking oxygen, that creates an ideal habitat for a special type of bacteria known as P. acnes. Now, this bacteria is especially responsible for any inflamed type of pimples like pustules or cysts. Further, this bacteria feeds itself off oil. That's how it continues to grow and multiply, which is just going to create more inflammatory breakouts. And as mentioned, during the 7 to 10 day window before your period comes on, is that there's going to be an increase in oil production. So this excess oil production coupled with the swelling of the pore is just again going to create an even better environment for that acne bacteria to thrive. And lastly, one last note that I want to leave you on is that even women who normally are not acne prone, meaning that they tend to have clear skin throughout the month, can suffer from premenstrual breakouts the week before their period as well. So if these hormones affect women who normally can have clear skin, they're definitely going to affect those of us that are acne prone in a much more significant way, because we tend to be a lot more sensitive to hormonal shifts. Anytime there's a hormonal shift with us acne prone women, we're more likely to break out worse. I hope that you found this video helpful and gained some new clarity and knowledge on which exact hormones and what exactly is happening with the skin typically the week before your period arrives. Now in my next video, I'm going to tell you guys some of the tips that I have for my clients when it comes to managing and minimizing premenstrual breakouts. Okay ladies, that's it for this video. Now if you are interested in working with me toward clear skin, then please visit my website at luminosityacne.com. I have two clear skin options for you. The first one is for anyone who lives close by to my North Carolina office. You can come see us in person for acne treatments and product guidance. Now if you don't live anywhere close to me, even if you live in another country, you can still get beautiful clear skin the Luminosity way, because I do have acne kits that ship worldwide. And just really quickly, I want to insert a few before and after photos. Now these are photos of my actual clients, and they range from local clients who came into my North Carolina office and clients who have purchased a kit because again, they live nowhere near me. Now, if you're not quite ready to work with me, then make sure that you still visit my website so that you can take advantage of that free list of pore clogging ingredients to avoid. I give this list to absolutely all of my clients, whether they come see me locally or they purchase a kit, because this list is the only way to ensure that absolutely everything you put on your skin is going to be acne safe, because it's always important that the first thing my clients do is to eliminate all pore clogging ingredients. So you can definitely grab a copy today and subscribe for more videos. Also follow me on Instagram. Yeah, so that is it. I will see you ladies in my next video. Take care.